If you are on Social Security, or you are about to file, what I am about to tell you in the next 8 minutes could be the most important financial decision of your retirement. Because what just happened on June 9th changes everything. The Social Security Trust Fund is now officially running out of money 7 years earlier than most people think. That part is true. But what almost nobody is telling you, including the so-called experts on social media, is that the panic advice spreading right now will actually cost you more money than the cut itself. I am going to show you the exact math, the exact dates, and the one decision that protects you no matter what Congress does next. If you stay until the end, I will reveal the single thing Suze Orman just said publicly, which contradicts almost every viral video on this topic. And number 3 on this list, that one is the one most people get completely wrong. Before we go further, if you are not subscribed yet, hit that button right now. Social Security rules just changed 3 weeks ago, and they are going to keep changing. The people who stay informed end up with thousands more in their pocket. The ones who do not end up making the kind of permanent mistake that haunts them for 20 years. Subscribe so you do not get caught off guard. Okay, here is what actually happened, in plain English. On June 9th this year, the Social Security Administration released its 2026 Trustees Report. This is the official document that tells America when the trust fund runs dry. And this year, the news got worse. The trust fund that pays your retirement benefits is now projected to run out in late 2032. That is 1 quarter earlier than they said last year, less than 7 years from today. And here's the part that has the entire country panicking. When that trust fund runs dry, by law, benefits would have to be automatically cut by 22% for every single person collecting. That is not a small adjustment. For the average retiree collecting around $2,071 a month, that is a cut of roughly $500 every single month. For a married couple where both are collecting, that is over $10,600 a year. Gone. Now here's where it gets dangerous. Because of this news, a wave of advice has gone viral telling seniors to file for Social Security immediately at 62 before the cut hits. Lock it in now, they say. Get what you can before Congress takes it away. And on the surface, that sounds smart. But there is a very specific mathematical problem with that advice, and once I show you, you are going to see why one of America's most respected finance experts, Suze Orman, just publicly called this exact strategy, quote, bad advice. Here's the math, and I want you to follow this carefully because this is the part that almost nobody explains correctly. When you claim Social Security at 62, you do not just get a smaller check for a few years until your real benefit kicks in, you permanently reduce your monthly benefit by 30%. Forever. There is no catch-up, there is no fix. The number you lock in at 62 is the number you live with for the rest of your life. So let's run the numbers. Imagine your full benefit at age 67 would be $2,000 a month. If you wait until 67, you collect that $2,000. If you claim at 62 out of panic, your benefit drops permanently to roughly $1,400 a month. Now here's the part that nobody is talking about. Apply the worst case 22% cut to both of those numbers. The person who waited until 67, their benefit drops from $2,000 to about $1,560. Still painful, still real. But the person who panicked and claimed early, their already reduced $1,400 check drops further down to about $1,090. They locked in less to begin with, and then the cut hit on top of that. The math is brutal. The early claimer, the one who tried to protect themselves, ends up with the smallest check in every single scenario. Whether Congress fixes the program, whether they do not fix it, whether the cut hits, whether it does not, the person who claimed early loses. This is exactly what Suze Orman warned about 3 weeks ago. She wrote, and this is a direct paraphrase, that the message telling people to claim as early as possible because they are afraid the program will run dry is just not good advice. Because what you give up by claiming early is permanent. What might happen with the trust fund is still uncertain. Now I know what you are thinking. What if the cut is actually worse than 22%? What if Congress lets it go to 30 or 40%? Stay with me, because that is exactly the question I want to answer right now. Here is what most people do not realize. Social Security has been on the edge before. In 1983, the program was 3 months away from being unable to pay full benefits. 3 months. And Congress, that same Congress everyone says is broken, found a solution. They raised the retirement age, they adjusted the tax base, they fixed it. Not perfectly, but they fixed it. This is the historical pattern. Congress waits, then acts at the last possible minute. The trustees themselves in this year's report basically said the same thing. They said, and I am quoting the spirit of it, that the longer Congress waits, the harder the fix becomes, but a fix is still very likely. That does not mean we can ignore the warning. It means the worst case scenario, the full 22% cut, is the absolute worst case, not the expected case. And making a permanent decision based on the worst case scenario, when the most likely scenario is that Congress acts before 2032, is how people end up losing money. So here's the question that actually matters. If you should not panic claim at 62, when should you claim? This is where most of the noise online gets it completely wrong. So let me give you the clearest framework I can. Number 1, if you absolutely need the money to live, claim when you need it. This video is not about telling people to starve while they wait. If your savings are gone and Social Security is your only option, file. Survival comes first. No math beats that. Number 2, if you are still working, in good health, and your family has a history of living into their 80s or 90s, every year you wait between 62 and 70 increases your monthly check permanently in your favor. From 67 to 70, you can earn an extra 24% on top of your full benefit. That is real money. That is the math working for you instead of against you. Number 3, and this is the one most people get wrong, do not make this decision based on fear. The trust fund running out in 2032 is real. The 22% cut is the worst case, but the permanent reduction you accept by claiming at 62 is mathematically guaranteed. You are trading a possible future cut for a definite present cut. And the definite cut is almost always bigger. This is the exact opposite of what the viral panic is telling you to do, and it is why I wanted to make this video. Let me tell you about someone I think about often. There was a man named Robert, in his early 60s, who watched a similar wave of panic videos last year. He went down to his Social Security office at 62 and filed. He thought he was protecting himself. A year later, when the math caught up with him, he realized he had locked himself into a check that was almost $600 a month, smaller than what he would have gotten by waiting. $600 every month for the rest of his life. Over 20 years, that is $144,000 he gave up because a video told him to panic. Robert is real. The numbers are real. And the lesson is that retirement decisions made out of fear cost more than the fear itself. So here's exactly what I want you to do. Before you make any claiming decision, do these 3 things. First, log into your My Social Security account at SSA.gov. Look at the estimated benefit amount at 62, at your full retirement age, and at 70. Write all 3 numbers down. Most people have never even seen this comparison. Second, ask yourself one question. Do you actually need the money before your full retirement age? Be honest. Not, would it be nice to have? Do you need it? Because if the answer is no, the math overwhelmingly favors waiting. Third, do not get your retirement advice from a viral video designed to scare you. Get it from the SSA itself, from a qualified financial planner, or from somebody who shows you the actual math the way I just did. Now here is the closing thought I really want to stay with you. The trust fund is real. The 2032 date is real. Congress has waited too long, and the fix is going to be uncomfortable for everyone. That is the truth. But the response to that truth is not panic. The response is preparation. The people who lose the most money in the next 10 years are not going to be the ones the cut hits. They are going to be the ones who tried to outrun the cut by making permanent decisions based on temporary fear. Do not be that person. If this video helped you see the math clearly for the first time, do me 2 favors. Hit the like button so this reaches the people still believing the panic advice. And share this with one person you love who is approaching Social Security age. One share takes 10 seconds. It could literally save them tens of thousands of dollars. I will see you in the next one. Take care of yourself.